Coronavirus is spreading everywhere. Because of this virus, almost everything is getting cancelled and postponed. The ongoing candidates tournament is also cancelled. Moreover, the chess Olympiad, which was my dream to play for the first time ever in my life and lead the Irish women's team, is also cancelled. What can I learn from coronavirus? Hey Tarun, still figuring out what book to read?
Yeah, I can't really decide. Can you help me?
Is there something to learn from coronavirus?
Yeah, as you know, when we play a really bad game, we learn what could be improved, our opening knowledge, or we have missed many tactical ideas. Yes, there's always something to learn from a disaster. And I believe that we can also learn from coronavirus. So I had the same thought as you, and the thing is that when I was checking the World Health Organization website and many reliable resources on how to react against this virus, I saw, those like basic things to do was really related to chess. And then I quickly tried to relate it, which I really want to share with you.
Okay.
Yeah, like first thing we have to understand that coronavirus is like a novelty and it's really hard to refute it. So, I mean, like cure it. So the thing is that we really have to prevent it, not to go into those theory unless we really find any good solution for it. So the good thing is, as in chess, we can prevent novelty to appear. I mean, like a fresh idea to appear again. We can also prevent coronavirus. So I was checking the World Health Organization websites and many other sources, and I came to three conclusions. First is you need to take prophylactic measures. Try to, don't be in contact with anyone. Try to sanitize yourself always with, hand wash 20 seconds, as they said. And now, speaking of prophylaxis, I have a nice example for you. So, shall I tell you?
Sure, Tarun.
Okay, so let's start by seeing Nepo's game against Wang Hao in the recent, actually, probably less.
The ongoing.
Yeah, now it's not. Actually.
Yeah.
So let's see Nepo's game.
Okay, Tarun.
So we arrive here after Black's 24th move a6. White has really healthy position. The knight is really strong on f5. Black has weaknesses here. He has a passive pieces, and the queen is sort of active. You can really seize the open file quite easily. And the black king is sort of in danger, especially with these pawns. You never know when it can really start attacking it. Now, it's not so far for black to really equalize. He probably needs like what this, and maybe knight d6, and he's okay. So here, can you come up with an idea where this plan of going here and here really doesn't, I mean, like
It can't work.
Yeah, trying, yeah.
Maybe white can try something like head6.
Head6 is also possible, but after g6, the knight has to go back, and you're kind of helping black, and he can slowly play queen e6. So here, a strong move is king f1. But in order to understand the power of this, let's say what Nepo played b3. If black goes king here, you might say, g5 is there. Now, if he takes, then this comes and the queen drops. And now, actually, white is not only threatening knight at 6 check, but also he's threatening g6. So now, it looks natural to play queen f7 so that g6 doesn't work, and it doesn't work right. And now it comes a check. So now you maybe notice that if we had the king on f1, then white could do this. So let's see that once. And this is not only a, a basic prophylactic move, but it's also a really principled move. Like in endgames, the king should come in the center and be active as possible. Now, as we see, black really can't play king g8 because after here, g5, now we're threatening knight h6. So let's say queen f7, as I told you. Now this doesn't work.
No, not eccentric. Okay.
So yeah, now this is what we say a prophylactic measure. We're trying to keep our position as healthy as possible and retain winning chances. So the next strategy we're going to see is lockdown, staying in your own territory. So this example we're going to see is Ding Liren versus Wang Hao in the first round of the candidates.
Okay, Tarun, let's see.
So Trisha, this is the second thing we can learn from the coronavirus lockdown strategy. Now here we have Ding Liren versus Wang Hao game. Wang Hao just played rook d7, preparing rook e d8, threatening to take the pawn on d3. Wow. Now white should have applied the lockdown strategy by just playing in his own territory, just protecting the d3 weaknesses, playing bishop e3, preventing some knight d4, trying to chop it off if it comes on d4. This is, I think, the best way to retain, the equality. We can say, even though black is still better, but yeah, he could have gone for this. So let's go back. Now Ding Liren wanted to go all in with f4 after e takes f4, bishop takes f4, knight takes f4, g takes f4. Trisha, can you guess what did Wang Hao did here? It was a fine positional move.
Maybe black can play rook d4 and f5.
Well, your idea is correct, but white can prevent your second idea, f5. And this is the key thing. I guess Ding Liren missed f5. Simply creating and fixing weaknesses, f4 and e4 pawn. Now a move like king f3 would be met by rook d4, immediately giving big problems for white. It's really hard to protect the pawn. Now Ding was forced to play e5. Black played a nice move, rook e6, with the ideas like rook g6 check, king e6 blockading the e passer, bishop d8 attacking the h4 pawn, rook g4 attacking the both f4 and h4 pawns. Soon Wang Hao won. So the important learning here is just to be in a lockdown situation. I mean, even though it looks kind of boring, but you just have to lock down yourself. So this was the second strategy, the second thing you can learn from Corona. The third thing is isolate yourself. When you feel sick, you really don't want to spread to your loved ones or to your surrounding fellow people. So now let's see in our next example, Kirill or Alexenko Kirill versus Nepo, and let's go ahead to that. Third example, Kirill versus Nepomniachtchi.
Okay.
And here Kirill played rook b1 to b4, sorry, rook b2 to b4, threatening the bishop. How would you react?
Simply retreating the bishop to c6.
Yeah, that looks most natural. But I guess even engines also confirm that knight d4 is quite a strong move. Now, black is kind of threatening to take, white is kind of threatening to take here and really weaken these pawns. So it's kind of forced to go back, and then white can start threatening here, like knight takes e6 is a threat. And if like castles, it's really scary for black to really castle here because you never know, queen g4 is also an idea. So that's why I think, in my opinion, what Nepo played was quite strong. even though critics say that bishop b5 was much more stronger. So the point is that after takes, so you kind of exchanged your bad bishop for white's good bishop, and you have opened here. But it's not so easy, like after knight d4. Now white is threatening rook b5. Well, still it's equal, but yeah, it's playable. It's a game from here. But Nepo played quite a blunt move, which maybe even Kirill was not expecting. I hope this is the position. No, I think
The bishop is on e2.
Yes, thanks. So here played b5. Now it really looks ugly, putting this bishop back, as I saw Vidit's roundup with Sagar Shah, that this is kind of like a bishop in the rim is now dim. But actually, after a series of moves like bishop d3, bishop d3, bishop d3, knight e7, bishop d2, knight c6, queen e2. So yeah, the exchange really doesn't matter in these type of positions because white has the bishop here, and yeah, this is kind of locked out.
Okay.
Rook e1, knight b8. So let's see how this bishop really turns out to be actually to really work. So let's knight d4, knight c6, queen g4, knight takes d4, bishop pawn takes d4, g6, and yeah, and actually Kirill missed this bishop takes g6, but that's another story. Oh Jesus, sorry. So he just played h5. Takes, castles long, f4, king b8, c3, bishop here, f5, bishop c4, bishop c2. Everything was really going well for black until a certain point. So a5 breaking, which was nice. And here, after takes, it's kind of weird, but engines suggest king a8, and actually black is really better. And if you remember, just like 15 moves back, this was like here, kind of crying for itself. But now it's really strong, in a really strong post. And actually, I think Nepo just couldn't see anything. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just hard to believe that king a8 moves work. So yeah, I think after queen a5, I think Nepo was more than happy for a draw. So queen f7, queen a2, queen takes here, and here there was a repetition, just a forced repetition. I was a draw. So yeah, even the bishop really didn't have any single hope for coming back, but it just came. So this is the third strategy and the last strategy I want to tell you. What I learned from the coronavirus is that you have to isolate yourself, because this bishop really didn't have any future going back to c6. So b5, trying to really pinpoint the c2 pawn was quite important. I hope you learned something. For sure.
Thanks, Tarun, for explaining the 3 strategies that are useful not only to prevent the coronavirus, but also they can be used in chess.